Excuse me, could you point me in the direction of ScreamCity? Never mind, I think I found it.
Happy New Year, horror freaks. Welcome back to Season 4 of ScreamCity. I'm your host, Monica.
And I'm Jess, and today we will be discussing The Visit from 2015.
They're weird during the day.
I was just cleaning it.
And even weirder at night?
Yep, absolutely. And is.
And we will find out, we will discuss why
they're so weird
during this episode.
Yep. However, of course, before we start talking about the movie, Jessica, do you have any jump scares for this 2024 start of the year? Does that even make sense?
Yes.
New start of the year.
Where do I start? Okay, well, nothing. I mean, I don't want to say nothing too crazy because, to be fair, a lot of crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I went back to school like spring semester.
Yeah.
It's pretty scary.
Pity.
It snowed.
Pity child.
That wasn't a jump scare, but it was fun.
Okay.
Also, you're gonna get tired of me talking
about
the movie, but y'all might as well just. So, if you haven't watched the Society of the Snow on Netflix, watch it. Tell everyone that I sent you to watch it because it is so good. And if you know my brother, you know that he's obsessed with the movie Titanic and the real life event of Titanic.
Oh yes.
And he was like, "Now you know how I feel about Titanic."
Aw.
And I was like, "You're so right." Because ask me any question from that movie or the real life event,
and you will be able to know.
Answer.
This is your Titanic.
This is my this is my Roman Empire.
I was gonna say actually, a lot of people really are obsessed with like Titanic and the concept of the real story and stuff. So that's cool.
Anyway.
You found yours.
I did. It only took me 23 years.
A discovery.
Yeah, but besides that, I mean, I had an interesting first week of 2024.
Nice.
That's all I'm going to say. But yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Fun stuff.
Any jump scaries?
I mean, the government thinking that I made too much last year really was a jump scare to me. Yeah, I tried to do my taxes and they told me that I owed a good amount, and I'm like, y'all are smoking crack. Mm-hmm. I'm not paying that, so move on. I think that's really the only that's the only most recent jump scare that I've had.
Yeah.
What is it? IRL.
All right, well, finally getting into this movie. If you haven't had the chance to watch this movie, what are you doing?
Yeah, maybe
it's been
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I lost count when you started counting. So this is why I'm not majoring in math.
It's been almost 10 years.
God, oh my God.
Yeah,
it's been 9 years. Yeah, if you do the math, I can so do math.
I hate that. I hate that like movies that now came out in like 2014, 2015, 2016. I can say that I was in high school when I watched these, and I watched it in theater. Like, it sounds
not real.
No,
not real.
It sounds really disturbing.
I was a sophomore in 2015.
That's disgusting.
Okay.
But anyway,
but yeah, if you
there's
haven't watched this
spoilers,
movie,
and it's been out for obviously millions of years now, apparently.
So don't say that we didn't warn you.
Yeah.
But to give a quick synopsis, two siblings become increasingly frightened by their grandparents' disturbing behavior while visiting them on vacation. Would you really consider that a vacation, though?
Vacation.
Like, forget the fact that you don't know that they're not your grandparents, but like, they don't. In general, they don't know their grandparents. So is it really like a vacation? I don't know what I'm saying.
I guess
it's also cold.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, people vacation in different weathers.
Yeah.
So I mean, see it as more of like a family visit,
right?
So I don't know.
Or like the visit.
Mine was unintentional. Okay.
All right.
But with that being said, Jessica, I need you to tell me your 3 for this movie, per usual. So your favorite scene, your first impression, and maybe your favorite scare.
Sure. Absolutely. So, I need you guys to know, just a quick disclaimer, nothing has changed in these past couple of weeks since we've last spoken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the first time I watched this movie.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I want to say it was like maybe at home and not in the theater. I don't think I watched it in theater. It was probably at home.
Okay. It was probably a home.
It was probably
I don't know if it's mine.
A home. Someone's home.
Someone's home.
Anyway, not sure, but I will say that I did like it.
Okay.
It was and still is, of course, very uncanny. It's a very uncanny movie.
Yeah.
Very disturbing,
Very.
unsettling,
Mhm.
all the other synonyms out there in the world.
Cinnamons.
And I'm not sure if we're going to get into this maybe a little bit later, but I personally thought it was going to turn more into like an alien movie.
Okay.
Like, I don't remember specifically what I thought, if like the grandparents had turned into, or like they've been possessed, or you know what I mean? But I didn't really necessarily think it was going to be like a paranormal movie or anything else like that.
Yeah.
But it was
Did it exceed your expectations? Would you say?
over
Oh,
a little bit
okay.
ish.
All right.
But yeah, overall it was,
But
No.
you still enjoy
I had a
it.
fun time, and I still do to this day.
Good.
Anytime I watch it, it's still a very fun time.
Sick.
Favorite scene. Okay. I love me a good revenge kill. We all know this.
Yes.
So at the very end, when Pop, like what's it called? He threw Becca down after he was like tormenting Tyler and all of that.
Oh yeah.
And Tyler just like starts to go batshit crazy, as very well should, and just like slams the refrigerator door on Pop's head.
He just starts going
like,
ham.
as he should. I love shit like that.
Just
I'm
really
like,
going
yes.
in.
Yeah, like each time he kept slamming, I was like, yes, more. Especially after Pop shoved his dirty ass fucking diapers in
That
his
is
face, knowing damn well
very-
he's a fucking German.
Yeah. He was
No,
really
he
gross.
could fucking. I would do it too.
No, that's what I mean. I'm like, Pop was really gross for that, but
Mhm.
Tyler deserved every little bit that he got with beating his ass.
100%.
Which I'm assuming he killed him, or at least injured him enough to.
Yeah.
I mean, he was old as hell. So
Shit, with one, he probably would have.
that's true. He would have just
Gone
ended
out,
it all.
My favorite scare. There's a few, but I think the one that really just tops it off for me is the hide and seek scene underneath. I think it's like
Oh,
a
the
like
house.
I don't know if it's the house or like a barn or
It's the house.
or it's the house. Okay.
Yeah, I chose the same one.
Okay.
I chose the same scare.
Yeah, that scene.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
Like, I hate the feeling of being chased already.
Mhm.
So add on top of that an old lady on all fours in a tight space.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Hell no. I'll pass. Thank you. Next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just,
No, it's
it's
really
not good.
No, it's really disturbing. I'll just kind of give my thoughts because I chose the same scare. There were also a lot of scenes that I really liked because I also was going to choose the scene where Becca is like she got trapped in Nana's room and Nana is like under the covers with her and
Oh,
she's
yeah.
like finding her
Yeah,
and she's
that
like
one, oh my God,
literally
I can't.
trying to kill her.
I can't.
If it wasn't going to be the crawling underneath the house scene, it's going to be that one. Which I feel like the one with her crawling in bed with her is also disgusting. Because isn't she like also naked in that one? Disgusting. Old people. I'm
It's
sorry.
also, it is also a jump scare
It's
when
100%.
when they see her walking naked. I'm like,
and then she's like standing in the corner at some point. I don't
Yeah.
know. So it was really really gross. I hated that scene. It was disgusting. But there is also something very creepy and very disgusting about an old ass woman like just crawling on all fours. Yeah, like literally chasing you. And then the bigger jump scare that we got after that is fucking her ass cheek just hanging out of her fucking skirt.
oh my God.
And she
that
had
shit was so funny.
like I'm like, ma'am, it is literally snowing outside. It's probably 17 degrees outside. You don't feel
gotta
that?
feel the breeze.
It's like you don't feel
got
that?
to feel the breeze.
Absolutely. So I agree with you in the favorite scare. That one's a good one, but also another one is where she's like trying to kill Becca.
there's
in locked
there's a
room.
jump scare that I have in mind, but I'm gonna wait to discuss it.
Or
Yeah, but anyway, That's me. What about you? What are your big three?
My first impression with this movie, I actually do kind of remember, and I do remember watching it in theaters, and I had a really good time because I remember leaving the theater and like being on my way home, being like, oh my God.
What did I just watch?
Like, Night Shyamalan is making his comeback with like such a fucking great movie. And then he made other stuff. And I was like, okay, never mind. No, like, I don't know. I feel like Night Shyamalan is kind of like he either kind of hits it or he's kind of like, it was all right. But I think he did really, really good with this one. And I really enjoyed this one. Now, this was a movie that I was really happy that I got to see in theaters because of the reactions that came with this one. This one was so good. Given this was also back in a time in like 2013, 2015, 2016 era where like being cringe was kind of funny and like, oh, ha, ha, hee, hee. Because now I watch the movie, like if I watch the movie today, as much as I love Tyler as a character, he makes me cringe so bad, especially when he starts rapping and everything. But back then, when I first watched it, like we were all like, "Oh my God, that's so funny! Like that's actually really good." But it was really good. So watching everyone like laugh with Tyler, but also doing the like, "Ooh, oh my gosh," like type of reactions was really fun to.
I will say again, I highly doubt that I watched this in theaters, but for some reason, I have a vivid memory of watching it, and after the hide and seek scene where the grandma has her skirt up her ass, I have a memory of a lot of people laughing. So I don't know if we watched it with like a group of friends, or if I watched it with a group of friends, or maybe I did end up watching it in the movie theater. I don't remember.
Probably you were like,
I just have that memory
being around some laughter. Yeah, it's a good one to watch with multiple people. And I also remember being so shocked by the plot twist of the movie. I don't know if it's because I was trying to figure out exactly what was going on with the plot to even think that there was a plot twist. So I wasn't really thinking about that. But then once it kind of came up, I was like, obviously everyone was like, oh my God, that shit's crazy. But this is also one of the movies that I really enjoy making other people watch because I like to kind of see their reactions too. And it's really good. It's really fun. I can't remember the last time I showed this to someone, but I remember like them having the same reaction. So it's a lot of fun. My favorite scene. So again, as cringe as I thought Tyler was in a lot of moments, I also really loved him because his comedic relief in the movie is like really, really good. I like when he's making fun of Nana for running across the hall.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Naked. I love that scene.
Bro, I remember that specific
funny.
scene, watching it in theaters is engraved in my brain because when I tell you everyone was dying, like everyone was laughing so hard that it lasted the whole scene and it was so funny. But he's like, so, you know, Becca's like recording and the scene that we get is, you know, Nana being, you know, in her element.
Doing her thing.
First of all,
shaking
in her
that
house.
ass.
Well, okay, I was going to say in her house where she pays bills, but she don't because that's not even her house.
Right.
Plot twist. But she's like sundowning, you know, in the hallway. So she's like butt ass naked and running with, she's doing a Naruto run. So she has like her arms behind her back and she's like zooming across the fucking camera.
It's giving Get Out.
It's giving Get Out.
And then bad.
Like, so that's like at night. And then it cuts to the scene of like Nana, Papa, Becca, and Tyler kind of going like on a walk on like, I don't know, some trail or some shit. And while Becca's recording, Tyler's like, hey, Becca, who am I? And he gets out of frame and he's just like running across the camera,
so
running the same way. Bro, that shit was so funny. And it's like such a good scene. But overall, this was like a pretty good movie and I actually really enjoy it. And it's like, I don't know, it's like on one of those lists that I would recommend everyone to see. This one's is like, I would consider this maybe like some type of classic of some sort. It's really, really good. And I also don't know if it got like it got a ton of promo, obviously, when it first came out. But then after that, I feel like it kind of died down and then everyone forgot about it. Because, like, when I ask people if they've seen it, there's a lot of people that still say, like, no, I've never seen it. And I'm like, what? So,
I also, I don't see a lot of, like, and to be fair, I feel like it would be just a tiny bit hard, but I don't see a lot of like merchandise
No, not at
for
all.
this movie.
Mm-mm.
If I'm not mistaken, and I could be tripping, I think my sister has a poster of The Visit.
She does.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and it's like the rules, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty
We
sure
took
it's
a.
the rules.
I was like, we took a picture of it. I think.
Yeah, it's Grandma's rules. And it's in like that crocheted, like embroidery,
embroidered.
yeah,
type
like
of
have a
thing.
great time, eat as much as you want, don't ever
Come
leave
out.
your room.
Yeah, at night
after
or something.
9:30.
Yeah, something like that. But it's good. It's a really good one. I would say if you've never seen it, definitely go watch it. But I mean, if you're listening to this episode and you've never seen it, then you're getting spoilers. But I would recommend, if you get recommended this movie, go into this movie knowing little about it, and it makes the experience a lot better.
Would you mind getting inside the oven to clean it?
I'm sorry?
I'm too big. I can't reach back there. The kitchen's got to be clean. The oven's off.
Yeah, that again.
So
This scene in in the theaters, everybody kept saying, everybody is like, don't go in there.
or else you will turn into a Sylvia Plath moment.
So, oh my
R.I.P.
gosh.
I love you.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
No, it was a good one.
that was.
I like that scene. That scene is
I
pretty
feel like
eerie.
it's a very iconic scene.
I was gonna say, I think it's what kind of makes the movie in total. It's like one of like it's a really, it's one of the scenes
a
that
scene.
enhances the movie.
It's a scene.
It's a scene. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and dissect the movie and just kind of talk about some of our favorite moments really fast. So something that I've kind of picked up on a few other movies, like specifically horror movies, is that whenever the horror movie, I guess, is surrounded by an old person, they go with the diagnosis of sundowning, which is like what Nana is diagnosed with in this movie. And the other movie, where did I also see that I think it was The Taking of Deborah Logan. She also gets diagnosed with like sundowning. Her situation was something completely different, but this, I think it's something that we commonly see to kind of show like the scary side of old people. Cause like, I'm sure people got in the writing room and were like, okay, we did dolls, we did ghosts, we did demons. Like, what
Now
else
it's
can
time
we
for
make?
old
Yeah, I
people.
was like, what else can we make? We
We've
did
done
kids.
babies.
Yeah, literally babies, kids. What else can we make scary? And they're like, old people are pretty creepy. They're like, okay, well, how can we make them creepier? And I'm sure they like, I don't know, brought up all these like diagnoses and things.
And just to kind of define the term sundowning, and this is from mayoclinic.org.
Oh,
So
okay.
you know it's faux shizzle.
So it's not what is it? WebMD.
It's not WebMD.
Okay.
And it's not IMDb.
If it ends in org.org, you know it's
real.
legit.
Anyway, it says the term sundowning refers to a state of confusion occurring in the late afternoon and lasting into the night. Sundowning can cause different behaviors such as confusion, anxiety, aggression, or ignoring directions. Sundowning can also lead to pacing or wandering.
Bro, I think I have sundowning.
Hey, for real, bro. Hey, what's the age limit?
What age can a person
related-
start getting?
Related health conditions, Alzheimer's disease and dementia.
Bro, that's gonna be me.
Ya
By
valió.
the time I hit like 35.
Ya valió,
It's over for me.
bro. Damn.
No, yeah, I think I have sundowning. Not to disrespect anyone who actually does, but like for real though, that kind of sounds like me. Once
You
it
just
hits,
start wandering around.
once
you
it
start
hits
pacing.
2 p.m.
I think that's just girly time, nap time. I feel like every girly girl,
just goes through
Just-
sundown.
I feel like every person just needs a little siesta in their life.
I mean, to be fair, okay, we're about to get. I mean, I ideally, and as for humans in general, we shouldn't be working like 40 hours a week anyway. And I think I think us as Hispanics or Mexican Americans can kind of take something from our colonizers and just take a little nap at 2 p.m. Like a good little,
Yeah.
like around 12 or 2, make it last an hour, come back to work, refreshed, chill, leave, do your own
Cry.
thing, cry a little bit.
I love it.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. So that's kind of something that I've noticed in a lot of horror movies is that they kind of use this to kind of use like, oh, they just have sundowning. You know,
Like,
they get
oh,
crazy after a certain
no.
time of the day. But
And
it's
like, we're not going to
ma'am,
elaborate on that.
yeah, like what's happening there?
Yeah.
Have you seen The Taking of Deborah Logan?
No.
I think you said no. We're going to eventually cover that movie. It's one of my favorite like found footage films. It's really, really good. Her situation's a whole lot different though. So we'll leave that, as is. But
Okay.
but yeah, that's something that I've noticed. Do you have a scene?
I have so yes, there's a little jump scare, and it's not a jump scare, but for some reason, anytime I watch this scene, it makes me feel so uneasy. But the scene where Pop Pop is holding the shotgun in his mouth,
Oh my
is
gosh.
just so creepy because like even now, and again I've watched this multiple times, but even now I know what's gonna happen, but you just never know. You know what I mean? It like I have to ask myself: is it going to turn into a the lodge, moment?
Like moment where he just like
Yeah,
lets it rip.
Yeah.
It's a very eerie and disturbing scene for sure. And I think what makes it even more disturbing is like, because who's recording? Is it Tyler or is it Becca?
I thought it was Becca.
It's probably Becca,
Never mind.
but it's kind of like because she doesn't record him for long doing it, so it's kind of like zooming in, seeing it, and then kind of like a pass by.
And I think that's why it's even scarier to me because it's just so quick.
Yeah, and then you're like, wait, hold up,
Like,
Pop Pop, what's wrong?
like let's go back to 5 seconds when you were doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Why were you doing that?
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
it's really, that is a really eerie and creepy scene. I
And
agree.
Speaking of Pop Pop, I had a lot of faith in him. I thought he was going to be less crazier,
Like as a
than Nana.
character?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I thought he was going to be the one.
the level-headed dude,
The
like in
level-headed
the
one.
movie that we were like, Pop Pop, what's going on
Yeah.
with Grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of get like the sense of comfort with like Pop Pop because he seems very chill and just kind of like, whatever. Then you find out he's just as crazy.
Just as
He's
crazy.
just as crazy
Shoving
as
fucking dirty ass fucking diapers in someone's fucking
he
face.
said, I'm just
I wish
the
a
dude.
bitch
Bro,
would.
and then he was fighting strangers.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw.
Of course you saw
I
it.
saw that too.
I did see that.
I was in the car right next to them.
No, yeah, it's that scene was also crazy. They were just kind of minding their own business, chit-chatting, walking, and then he starts trying to fight some
Fucking-
stranger.
I'm like,
We're like,
fucking-
hey, sir. And then he keeps trying to go. It's because he keeps trying to go to a Halloween party, and I don't think anyone's letting him go.
Pobrecito.
Yeah, he's just trying to get down and boogie with the ghosts. But nadie lo deja. Pobrecito.
All right. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
pretty much all we've
Okay.
kind of got. I feel like this movie's pretty like straight to the point. You know,
It is.
I
It is.
really-
It's also, I don't think it's like a super long movie either.
It
I
doesn't.
think
It doesn't feel like a long movie.
No.
I mean, I feel like there's scenes that like I'm like,
I don't really get that like at all. I don't think there was a moment where I felt bored watching this movie. I think it's pretty fast paced for the most part. Well, actually, I was gonna say the scene where she's like recording Nana, like doing her little. She's like, "You're gonna put me in your movie," and then she records her by like the stairs or something, so
Yeah.
that she can tell her story, and then she starts talking about like. I think I still don't understand the story. So did she like? She killed their daughter.
right.
And she threw her in the well. I think that's like what happened. Like Nana and Pop Pop, their daughter.
Right.
I think she killed her, like threw her down the well or something. And then now, I don't know. I think that's the story that she was telling. And then that's why she's like all mentally fucked up. But anyway, when she's telling that story respectfully, it was kind of very like, okay,
Like,
yeah, move it on.
anyway, all right. Well, let's get into the cast. So we're just gonna do the
It's a pretty
five-
short cast.
the 5 main people. We've got the first 2. If you guys listened to our last episode,
Yeah.
a little familiar. We've got Olivia DeJong as Becca. We've got Ed Oxenbould as Tyler. Deanna Dunnigan as Nana.
Okay, she's kind of fierce in that picture.
Mhm,
She's kind of serving.
as she should.
Mm.
Peter McRobbie as Pop Pop. And Slay Queen love her, Catherine Han as mom.
Mother.
As mother.
Yeah, Olivia and Ed were also in oh my god, we literally reviewed it.
Better Watch Out?
Better Watch Out. Yeah. They were also in Better Watch Out together, and then they're also in this movie together. So I think they make a pretty good duo. I think they're pretty cool together.
Yeah.
Giving big sister, little brother vibes. Nana and Pop Pop, well, respectfully, Deanna and Peter, they ate. Absolutely ate up their roles.
They so did. Rent was due.
Rent was due for each of them.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, yeah, this
retirement, social security
check is not enough. I'm gonna need to fill up my bags, and they did.
And they did.
They did exactly that. They did really, really good.
Very well deserved.
Deanna, I'm gonna need to see some medical history because I need to make sure you don't actually have.
Oh my god,
sundowning. And then Miss Catherine Han, I love her so much. She is so. I mean, when she's not playing a concerned mother, she's actually really funny. And I love her a lot.
She really is funny.
Yeah, she's really
like
good. We enjoy her. We don't have facts for this movie, mostly because we couldn't find any good ones that we thought would be legit, and we don't want to steer you guys wrong.
Yeah, we don't want to start off season 4 with being fake.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave the facts out of this one because, I mean, to be fair, a lot of the facts that we get are like from the internet, and they're not the most accurate. So we're gonna skip over those for today.
Nana? Nana, you okay?
Good afternoon.
I heard you laughing.
I have the deep, darkies.
See, I don't know what that means.
The music in the background doesn't help either.
No. I don't know what record that was, but I'm gonna need her to put it away.
I'm gonna need her to set it on fire.
I'm gonna need her to set that on fire and put on like Megan Thee Stallion or something.
That's a choice. I mean,
Your face.
You know, I don't
Contemplates.
know. I don't know Megan Nees.
I was gonna say, just because she doesn't have Megan Nees doesn't mean she can pretend.
Right.
You know, just sit in her little rocking chair. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Right before we finish the episode, we are going to do a little Would You Rather? Yeah. 4 seasons later, and we still haven't recorded that.
I know.
I think it's actually better that we sing it each time because
we can always have that, and it's typically always me, but we can always have that little goof,
that little
blooper moment
where like one of us doesn't sing.
Yeah.
Hey, Jessica.
Yeah.
That or it's just different. It's unique
just different
every time. They're like snowflakes.
And you know what? Hey, we should start singing it in a different either accent or a different language. I feel like that'd be so much fun.
That would be fun. Next one will be in Spanish.
How do you say would you rather in Spanish?
Oh.
We will get with our people.
we will get with our mothers. We will get with our mothers and get back to you on that one. Wow, fake Mexicans. Right. But anyway, yes. So for this movie,
That's why I was fucking laughing while I was writing it. A ver,
I was gonna say my answer, but I'm gonna wait. Would you rather have Pop Pop shove a dirty diaper in your face or play hide and seek underneath the house with Nana? Personally, for my safety, I would rather kill myself. Because first of all, that dirty diaper that he shoved in his face was his, which means I don't know what that man's diet is. I don't know what that man eating. I don't know what I don't know what's in his shit.
I don't know what goes on in there.
I don't know what goes on in there and what he decides to, kind of let go of at the end of the day. And then Nana chasing me underneath the house, she getting a boot to the face, and I'm going to jail. So I think for me, to kind of keep my health intact as it is and to reserve myself from going to prison or jail for, hurting an elderly, I'm shooting myself. Like, that's it.
Hey, I just got one thing to say, though. That's not an option.
Oh, okay.
That's not an option.
I guess.
So Okay, well, before you answer, let me
before you kill yourself, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Let me talk about my thought process right now.
Okay.
Number one, ain't nobody, not even my future children, showing a dirty ass fucking diaper in my face.
That's true.
Number one. Number two, ain't nobody chasing me underneath the house.
Nobody.
On all fours.
Yeah.
Especially an old ass white grandma.
Yeah, that's really disgusting.
So I choose to kill myself.
Okay. So I too.
Okay, no, but like realistically,
if I had to
choose, I would obviously fucking rather choose getting a fucking dirty
diaper in my face. No, I have too many.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Do I get a gun?
No, you don't get anything.
Okay, just my bare hands?
Yeah. You're like, I could do some damage.
I could do some damage. Hey, if I have my Awala with me, it's got a little handle.
Oh, that bitch pretty hefty.
I was swinging my Awala around in the streets of where did I go? St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh,
as a weapon.
Well, so I mean, choosing between one of these, I would prefer not to do either of these. However, I have sensory issues, and the scene alone where he gets the diaper shoved in his face literally made me gag. And it physically, like, I thought I could smell the shit, and I thought it was.
I thought I could taste it.
I thought I could taste it, and it was disgusting. So personally, I think I'll just let Nana
have her fun.
Nana have her fun. But if she gets close, she's getting a shoe to the face or the shoulder or the arm, whatever's gonna, kind of slow her down more. But I will be crying the whole time.
I will be screaming and crying the entire, be like, help! Help!
I will be crying, screaming, throwing up the entire time. So I'll let Nana have her fun, and I'll play hide and seek with her.
I choose to also play hide and seek.
Wait, but this can be one of those. This can be one of those like out crazy the crazy moments. Can
no,
it?
I don't think so.
You can't out crazy Nana.
I'm going to be honest with you.
You get naked, she get naked.
Yeah, she's not. She knows your game. She knows your game, and she knows the rules of it. So there's no out crazy in the fucking crazy.
And she's also old, so she's like, bitch, I literally have nothing else.
She has nothing to lose.
I mean, she did come out from under that house
with
almost
a booty
ass.
cheek.
Yeah.
Feeling the breeze.
She don't care.
She really don't give a shit.
Okay, fine. I'm okay. I'll still play.
I'll still play hide and seek with her.
Yeah, fuck
as long as she promises to keep it in her pants. Or to keep it in her, to not get her dress stuck in her panties.
Okay, all right. That sounds good.
All right.
All right. You had There's an alternative question. Would you rather call your grandparents Nana and Pop Pop or Mima and Poop Poop? Bro, white people and their names for their grandparents sound like a fucking video game. Like, it's just Nana, Pop Pop, Peep Poop, Pop Pop. That's my Peep Poop Pop Peace. Nana Mama. Nana Mama better. Bro, white people think that they're creative.
Bro.
Like, bro.
They're goofy.
They're goofy for
sure.
They're
goofy sometimes, bro. Okay, but what's your fucking answer?
Oh, it has to be between one of these.
Or hey, you can mix it up and it can be Nana and Poo Poo or Mima and Pop Pop.
Bro, Mima, it literally makes me cringe. There's people who actually call their grandparents.
Like, how did that start?
I don't know.
Is it?
I feel like that.
Does it come from a language?
I was gonna say, I think the Mima is just part of
A
like
southern-
yeah, I was like, I think it's like a southern white thing. I'm calling my grandma Nana Banana, and then I'm calling my grandpa Pop Pop every time I see him.
There's this, what's that TikTok sound? I'm sure it's a song. It's like pop pop. No,
I don't know.
there's a lot of songs.
Yeah,
that go, pop, pop. Anyway,
I'm calling him.
I kind of like poo poo though. I kind of like poo poo.
Oh, bro.
But do I picture myself calling my grandpa poo poo? I mean, the way he's acting.
Oh,
No, I'm
so
just
he's
kidding.
kind of poo poo as a man.
Nana and Poo Poo, or Meemaw and Pop Pop, or Nana and Pop Pop, or Meemaw and Poo Poo. That's fucking Dr. Seuss right there, bro.
Dr. Seuss type shit. That's probably why they got their names.
Period.
Nana.
Nana and Pop Pop. Realistically, but I do like Meemaw sometimes. I think
Meemaw
it's a fun word to say. Just Meemaw, Meemaw. Oh my god, it sounds like the beginning of that one Nelly Furtado song. Meemaw. No, you never heard that song?
No.
It's a good one.
Oh
yeah,
Lord,
Nana
have
and
mercy.
Pop Pop.
Okay, Nana and Pop Pop, most basic. Because if you catch me around the streets calling my grandma Meemaw,
Or
I
Poo Poo.
think she slapped me. The fuck you call me? Respectfully.
Alright.
Anyway,
Okay.
go ahead.
Anyway, let's go ahead and rate this movie since we are near the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Boo. Anyway, now this is a horror movie, so we will have our two scales of satisfactory and scary. Just because a horror movie is good does not always mean it is scary, and vice versa. So, Monica,
That's me.
what do you rate this movie? The Visit 2015.
The Visit 2015. Thank you so much for asking. My scary scale is going to have to be, I don't know, because I want to base it off of when I first saw it versus like how I see it now. I would say anywhere between a 6 and a 7, and I'm ranging it between those two numbers because honestly, it depends on my mood when I watch it now. But I know back then when I first watched it for the first time, it was a solid like 8. Because the situation itself is terrifying and scary and very disturbing. So, but watching it now, it's a lot more entertaining. It's a lot more fun to kind of just like remember and things. So I'm giving it like a 6 to 7 out of 10. Now, satisfactory, it's a solid 9 out of 10. This is a really good movie. It's really good. It's kind of a classic. Again, I think it did really well for maybe when it first came out, and then it kind of just slowly died off, and then people forgot about it. Not high. This was a good movie, and I really, really liked it.
We could never forget a good movie.
Never forget a good movie. Yep, I agree. What about Hugh?
Who's Hugh? Hugh Grant?
Hugh Jack.
So for scary,
Oh, I meant Hugh Jackman.
yeah, I was like, who's Hugh Jackson? I don't know.
It's just what came out.
All
Anyway.
right.
Scary.
Scary today. Someone texted me today. 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
But like you mentioned, back in the
then.
my first like maybe 4 watches, a 9 or maybe an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, in modern day era today, 5 out of 6, 5, 6, out of 10. It's I feel like I get more uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the feeling is more uneasy than I am scared. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Satisfactory también. Gonna have to do a
9 out
9.
of 10.
A good 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I have no real big complaints. I think the plot twist for its time was very on point. I think if someone were to try this today, I feel like people would just be like, "Oh, well, I've seen this before," like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I think for its time, it was a really good plot twist, and I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah. It's a really good one. Not really any reason specific as to why I'm knocking down a point. I think maybe like, I don't know.
It's just vibes.
Yeah, just like maybe a simple vibe of like You know,
It wasn't.
Nana telling her story.
I will say, like, yes, it's a movie that I'll recommend till the day I die.
Yeah, same.
But, you know, I won't like
Hold it like on a pedestal.
hold it against anyone
Oh.
if they don't want to watch it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You know,
that makes sense.
like, oh, okay, you know, you
Yeah,
do
it is what
you.
it is. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I think that pretty much concludes the episode of The Visit. It looks like we're pretty much at the end of the episode, and we are going to once again go through our whole spiel of how grateful we are and how much of a blast this was to record, because it was. However, if you did like today's episode and you were intrigued by the episode and you want to watch the movie, and you haven't already, then you can watch it pretty much by renting it on almost every platform for about $3.99. So on services like Google Play Movies, Apple TV, Vudu, YouTube, and Amazon Prime as well. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening and continuing to listen to us. We are now in a new season and we are really excited. We truly appreciate every single one of you who decide to click on our content. And if you want to keep up with us, we will have all of our social media in the summary description.
Yep. And again, we sincerely do appreciate all of you guys for listening and for supporting us and for, oh, wait.
Allowing us
Oh
to
my God.
grow.
Pause.
Oh my God, why?
This is our first episode since hitting 13,000 followers on TikTok.
Oh, that's so true. We hit that
1.2 million views on one of our
1.2
videos.
million?
Bro, 1.2 million people saw our TikTok.
Dang,
Can you believe that?
that's crazy. You know, yeah. You know what's so funny? Actually, the other day, my coworker was like, "Oh my God, I found this coffee shop that I think you would really, really like. It has like all of these things." And then I didn't say anything because I was like, "I wonder if it's gonna be my video." And then she shows it to me. I was like, "Hey, yeah, like that's my podcast video." She's like, "Oh, well then never mind."
Oh,
She-
okay.
but it was so funny how
That's
I was
so
like, I got
awesome.
recommended my own video. That's so
I love
funny.
that. That's how you know that you're making it.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Yep.
Full circle moment.
Absolutely.
But
it's so much fun.
that is super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is truly motivating us to keep going. My
Yes.
brother had a really serious talk with me. He was like, you know, you can't let that down. Like
Yeah.
we can't stop there.
Yeah,
you
now
know what
that
I mean?
you kind of,
We
so we are
kinda-
really trying. We get really caught up on like literally our own lives that we kind of just slowly forget that we have a whole podcast that we want to keep up with. But I'm gonna be honest, TikTok content kind of hard.
Hey, if you want to work for free,
Yeah, if you want to work for free for us, please let us know.
hit us up.
Slide in our DMs, and we will let you.
you will be compensated.
You will be compensated.
That's the word. Whenever we get rich.
Yes, but for now, it would be for the free 99 and for being able
The
to be
occasional,
offering.
the occasional coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can buy you some coffee every
Or
now
some
and then.
lunch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like once a month or
Yeah.
something. You know, nothing crazy. Don't get too crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so that's really fun.
Yeah,
Our and then we're kind of only like a few away from hitting like 1,000 on Instagram too.
Yeah, we're at 900 right now, or 9 something.
9 something.
Like 920 or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Big things coming.
Hey, look, mama, I made. Wait, how does the song go?
I don't know. I don't
Is
even
it
know what
dad or mom? I don't even know who sings it. Anyway, it's
Okay.
a cringy ass song.
Anyway,
Anyway,
but with growing our community,
yeah, we have finally found the opportunity to collaborate with some awesome people, and we have mentioned these people to you guys before.
yes.
And these people are horror daddies. We have been wanting to collaborate with them for a while, and we are finally doing it.
So excited.
More details to come, but
Just get
just get
pumped.
excited.
Get pumped.
Get ecstatic.
If you are not sure who horror daddies are, where have you been living? But they are some fellow horror freaks who are, we joke about it all the time, but they are basically the male version of us.
Mhm.
And they are so funny and they are so much fun. We've done a few like Zoom calls with them so far, and they're just like really overall really cool guys. And you can tell they really love horror and they really love cinema. And our Zoom calls last for like hours because we're always just like laughing at things and like enjoying each other's company. And we're so excited to finally be able to say that we can do an episode with them. So if you haven't listened to them before, please listen to them, I think on your favorite platform that you can find them on anywhere. And then they also do have a YouTube channel where like they actually film their content like in person, which is really cool. So you should go and check them out. And then if you do know who Horror Daddies are, then get even more excited because now you know who both of us are. But yeah, so we're really excited. We'll be posting some more details when those episodes are kind of closer. But in the meantime, show your support. But anyway, moving on. So with that being said, if you like today's episode and you want to listen to another episode for season 4, next week's episode, we are going to talk about a Stephen King classic once again. Well, I'm going to count it as our first one because I don't want to count our It episode. Our It episode was really bad.
Yeah, that was really bad.
It was really bad. We'll eventually be redoing that one, but it's not it. We're actually going to be covering Misery from 1990. And I actually like when we cover older movies because I feel like it takes us back to the roots of horror.
Mm-hmm.
And we can kind of compare, to what we're used to here in like modern world versus like what people thought horror was back then. And how it was easy to recreate a Stephen King movie or a Stephen King book because he was like writing horror.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited. I watched Misery years ago, like
Me too.
middle school.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No, not that.
Let's
far
be nice,
along.
please. Please be kind.
No. Yeah. No. I watched it maybe like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
I actually do remember my first time watching it. So.
It's really good. This is actually the movie that made me fall in love with like Kathy Bates acting. And then like I saw her in pretty much everything and I loved her and Annie. And Annie was like the remake. So good. But yeah, I'm excited because I remember I actually do remember the first time that I watched Misery. And it was a vibe. And I was in high school. So
Fun.
Or not in high school, in middle school. But it's a good time, and I'm excited to cover it. Before we end the episode, Jessica, I do have a question for you.
The answer is yes, I'll marry you.
Oh, okay. That is... I'm moving on. Do you think that this week's movie was a movie?
Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
I like when I get asked these questions.
Yeah.
I think they just kind of like, help me
Kind
get
of
in the
reveal.
zone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
auto
reveal.
zone.
Oh.
Um,
AutoZone.
okay, that's enough. Thank
Okay.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this week's movie
Was
a movie.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie.
It
I liked it. And okay, I need to confess that I actually didn't even have to watch this movie for this
Wow.
episode. I'm sorry, I
Me
have to
too.
put it out there, but it's because I know this. I actually,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize how much I knew this movie from like scene to scene until I started writing the script for this
Hey.
episode.
And
And I just started remembering literally almost every detail about this movie. I watched this movie quite a bit of times. I'm telling you, I love recommending this movie to people.
Mhm.
And every time I ask them if they've ever seen it, and they're like, no. And I'm like, don't look anything up. Don't watch a trailer. Don't watch anything. Just watch it. It's so good.
I don't want to, finish this episode without mentioning an iconic character. However, unfortunately, I don't know who. I can't find him.
Oh,
The conductor.
The conductor.
The guy who wants to be famous, or he was in a play. Remember?
Oh, yeah, the conductor was
we can't
funny.
forget about him.
The
He's
conductor
an
was
iconic part of the
funny.
movie.
He straight up started to act, and she was like, that's enough.
She was like, "Oh, my camera's about to die."
And he's like, oh. Anyway, give me a goddamn ticket.
great guy."
Yeah, he was really good. I hope that he got into some big movies after that. 'Cause
Right.
He did really good.
Yeah,
I love that for
I
him.
love that.
All right. Well, there you guys have it. The first episode of season 4 of Scream City is done. I can't wait for the next one. We will talk to you guys next week. Until then, we've been your host, Monica.
And Jess.
Stay safe
And
stay spooky.
Becca, Tyler babies. I need you to listen to me very carefully. Becca, Tyler, just listen to me.
We are.
Those aren't your grandparents.
Oof, that was scary. I can't wait to come back next week.